Does that work? Yeah. How are you going, Brother Tashim? What's on your mind today?
Salakam, can you hear me?
Walaikum assalam. Of course I can, yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, how you doing, Ijaz?
Mm, Alhamdulillah, trying to get by. What about you?
Yeah, it's still surviving, still surviving.
What time is it where you're at?
It is 7:22 p.m.
Okay, yeah, we're in the same time zone then. Do you have any questions, any concerns, any suggestions
Where
on your mind?
are you in Canada?
Yes, I am, yeah.
Oh, okay. So are you in the same mosque as Shabir Ali, or is Shabir Ali somewhere else?
Uh, I I don't have a need to go to his mosque. I go to other ones. The last time I visited his masjid, Brother Fareed responds, if you remember him. We went to the masjid and we saw him that day. That could have been like a year ago, maybe around that.
Oh, so you're not in the same mosque. You're not in the same area. Oh, okay. I
No,
thought you guys were in the same area.
he lives further away from the masjid, so he's not regularly at the masjid either. He's usually at one closer to his home, ironically, but it is what it is. I don't know if the
Oh,
situation has changed.
oh, okay.
Yeah. Uh, what else is on your mind, Brother Tasha?
Yeah, I just made some videos regarding Jeremiah chapter 8 verse 8 and the Yahweh argument. I think the Yahweh argument's becoming more popular against Islam or against the validity of Prophet Muhammad.
What do you
Uh,
mean? What can you tell me what the argument is?
the argument is that Muhammad didn't know Yahweh. He didn't know what the name of God is
Hmm.
because they say the name of God is Yahweh. Well, not every Christian. To be fair, not everybody brings this up. I think Sam Shamoon doesn't bring this up for some bizarre reason. But I remember A Plus and David Wood, they keep bringing up that argument of Yahweh. Not recently, but within the 2020s, they keep bringing that up. So I made some videos trying to refute that claim. And I made some videos on Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 8. So, like, what are your thoughts on this? I just want another Muslim apologist thoughts on, the whole Yahweh argument and Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 8. What do you think about those arguments?
Let's start with Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 8, Yirmeyahu. In that verse, it says that the scribes have, it asks the question, how can you say you have the Torah with you when the lying pens of the scribes have altered it, right? So the verse doesn't just say
Yes.
Torah, it says the Torah. So it doesn't refer to a commandment or commandments. It actually refers to the totality of revelation that was given to Musa alayhi salam. How can you say you have the Torah? Very clear claim. So yeah, I agree that Muslims should use that argument and it should specify what the Hebrew says. It
Yeah,
does not yeah, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, I used that argument in my debate with Shamoun, and I was bringing up like Bible commentaries saying that even Christian scholars are admitting that Jeremiah chapter 8 verse 8 is talking about the corruption of the Torah. So would you use that same line of reasoning, or would you agree with that line of reasoning? I
Yeah,
mean,
I
that's one of
mean,
the reasons why I reject the Bible. But yeah,
so
go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah,
yeah,
go ahead.
we don't have to interpret it or go to commentaries. And just the plain reading of it is sufficient, I think. And if you do use commentaries, that just adds further credibility to the argument. As for the Yahweh argument, just to be clear, in Exodus chapter 3, verse 14, Moses, the name that he gets is not Yahweh. In fact, Yahweh, Yod He Vav He, is never used in that verse whatsoever. Either there are two names given, Ehya, Asher Ehya, and then Moses says, the Lord says to Moses, the name that you will use for me, that the sons of Israel would recognize me by, is Ehya, which should mean I will be. It does not mean I am, just to be clear. So the name used is not Yahweh, it would be Ehya. The second thing is that Jesus in the New Testament, when he quotes Exodus 3:14 in its Greek form, you should know that the Greek form of the name is ego eimi ho on. I am the one being. And further in that, in the Greek Septuagint, the name that Yahweh says So that the Lord says to Moses that the sons of Israel will recognize me by is the name Hoon, not the name Ego Aimi. So the Jesus of the New Testament in John chapter 8, verse 58, or the author of the Gospel of John either didn't understand the Greek of the Old Testament or they never knew the Hebrew of the Old Testament to get the name correct. So that's just my perspective on it, brother Itashim. What do you want me to call you, Itashim? How would you like me to refer to you?
You can say whatever. Answering Christians wanted. Desham Gulam, Mr. Gulam, Spider-Man. You can call me whatever you want. I mean, it doesn't matter to me.
Okay,
But
did I answer your question?
yeah, I mean, what I was saying is that my response to the whole Yahweh argument is, well, it's good to get your perspective, but my perspective is Yahweh is actually a plagiarized name, and Jesus never said Yahweh. Jesus' disciples never said Yahweh in the New Testament, the Greek New Testament at least. So that was my argument against Shamoun and David Wood was, well, Jesus never said Yahweh, or it's not, Yahweh's not in the New Testament. So if Islam fails that Yahweh test, the New Testament fails that test too. So that was my argument. And, they never responded to my argument when I did those debates in 2020. And my whole thing is that I think that Yahweh's a plagiarized name. I don't think it's the revealed name of God. I think whoever wrote, the Old Testament or the book of Exodus plagiarized that name of ancient Canaanite paganism or Median paganism. That was my response to apostate. You know apostate prophet, Ijaz? You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking about?
but he makes a mistake. He thinks that the name of the prophets like Eliyahu or or Yeshayahu, right? They don't use the Tetragrammaton,
No,
right?
do you know apostate prophet?
Yeah, I know him,
Yeah, okay.
Ridwan, and I, 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 I refuted him on this point on Twitter, and he never responded to me. Once I made the argument, it got a lot of likes and shares and all these things, which is that in the name of the prophets, when it uses the sacred name of God, it uses Yod He Vav. It does not have the second He. So it's not using the four letters. It's only using the triliteral root. So the name of the prophets in the Hebrew Bible refer to a triliteral root in the Hebrew language. It does not refer to the Tetragrammaton or Yahweh as Christians and Jews would like to believe. And if anyone wants to follow up on this, there is a book called the Masoretical Textual Criticism, I think is the name of the book, published in 1967. It touches on this, the use of the name of Yahweh, particularly well, I think. Just give me 1 second, brother Itashim. I see that we have someone that, wa alaikum assalam, Ranji,